All right, hi everybody, good evening. Welcome to today's powerful yoga flow practice. Very excited about the next 60 minutes we have together. This flow is focused on heart opening. We'll also do quite a bit for the hips. So lots of active twisting, which will get into the core. That helps to stretch out and strengthen the hips. And then lots of supported back bends, which is what helps facilitate that heart opening. So throughout practice, I'll offer lots of different modifications and options so you can find what works for your body. But as always, if something that I'm suggesting just doesn't feel right, please feel free to do your own thing. You can always skip entire sections and do what makes you happy. So you need 2 blocks for practice. We'll be using them quite a bit. And we're going to get started laying down on our backs. If you like to follow along to the playlist, I'm pressing play now, but you don't need to worry about being perfectly synced up. And so the invitation here to start is to be in supported fish pose using both of your blocks. To do this, 1 block goes at the top of your mat. It is for your head. You might put it on the very highest height. I like mine on the middle height. And then your second block will trace along the length of your spine, ending somewhere between your shoulder blades. So if you wear a bra, it might be around your bra strap. Again, you'll kind of mess around with this and see where it feels good. We're looking for hips heavy on the ground and then your chest bumped up and your head supported. So I'll give you a little while to situate yourself. You can do whatever feels good with your feet, either straight out long, maybe feet on the ground, knees knocked together, maybe bottoms of the feet to touch with knees open wide if you want to get into the hips right away. But I'll give you a few moments to settle into stillness. Right away here, tune into your breath, just noticing it, just observing. Feeling the inhale tickle your nostrils and sensing some release, some space as you exhale. And maybe for you today, you're noticing the breath more in your chest or in your abdomen as it rises and falls. Enjoy 5 slow breaths here, just following the breath in, around your body and out. Now that you're together with your breath, can you invite a little more softness throughout your body? Allowing the center of your spine to be supported by the block, but your chest gently opening, shoulders falling open. And as you continue to breathe, maybe you just relish this feeling of having stopped, having nothing else to do. Can you relax your face a little more? Relaxing your jaw, your throat. Just a couple more breaths here in total stillness with a soft attention in your mind, just following the breath. Good. With your body still soft, take a big breath in through your nose. And a big breath out your mouth, maybe even audibly sighing. 2 more like that, breathing in, finding space. Breathing out, letting go. Good, last one. Breathe in, fill all the way up. Breathe out, empty completely. Good, now gently roll over onto one side so you can remove your blocks from underneath you. And then you'll roll straight back onto your back, feet rest on the floor, knees up towards the ceiling. Just take a moment to feel this flatness through the spine. Just noticing the feeling of the spine supported by the earth rather than lifted up. And then for supported bridge, bring one of your blocks underneath your sacrum. So that's the flat part at the base of your spine, right above your juicy booty. And you can kind of wiggle that around. Shoulders should still be relaxing down towards the ground. Feet are flat on the earth. Hug your right knee in towards your chest and send your left toes long. This is a gentle stretch for opening along the front of the left thigh. So you're squeezing the right knee in towards the chest and reaching the left toes forward towards the wall in front of you. They might be, your heel might be resting on the earth, maybe it's lifted up slightly. If you'd like a little more, you can gently lift your chin up, kind of hugging your chin towards your chest, like you're holding a peach between your chin and your chest. See if you like the intensity that adds. Take 2 more breaths here, lengthening the left hip flexor. Good, gently lay your shoulders back down if they're lifted and trade out your legs. So right leg goes long, left knee hugs in towards the chest. Let your shoulders rest heavy, squeezing the left leg, reaching the right toes long. And again, you decide here, you can lift the foot slightly. You might gently lift up through the shoulders, keeping the chin soft near the chest. 2 breaths here, lengthening and letting go. Good, hug your knees back into your chest and then set your feet back down on the floor. Remove the block from beneath you. Now put that same block in between your thighs. We'll do some active bridge pose. Squeezing the block will help us to activate the pelvic floor, get your inner thighs and core working. So feet are flat on the earth, gently squeezing the block between your thighs, hands rest at your sides. As you breathe in, bridge pose, lift your hips up. Pause when you reach a comfortable height for you. You don't need to try to go as high as possible. Keep breathing here. Push your feet down into the ground. Think about sending your ribs closer to your hip point. So if your ribs are up and all flared out, can you draw them down, turning on your core lightly? Can you squeeze the block 2% more harder? Good, breathe in. And as you breathe out, gently lower your hips back down. We'll flow now, matching breath to movement. If you'd like to open up through the arms too, you can reach your arms overhead as your hips go high. Totally optional. All right, squeeze the block. Inhale, bridge pose, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Good, nice and slow. We got 4 more. Inhale. And exhale. Good job, breathing in, lift the hips. Breathing out. 2 more. Take these at your own pace, moving a little slower than you want to. Embracing that heat, that shake through the core, through the inner thighs. I'm right here with you. Good, and when you finish your last bridge pose, set your block off towards the side, hug your knees towards your chest. You might find happy baby pose, stamping both feet towards the ceiling, grabbing for maybe the backs of your calves, tugging your feet down towards the floor. 3 breaths here, playing around, finding what feels good. Good, and next we will meet in child's pose. If you'd like to gently get there by rolling onto one side and pressing back, that's great. If you like to rock and roll the length of your spine, we'll do that together for 4. For 3, child's pose in 2. And 1, child's pose is where we meet toes together, knees open wide. Let your fingertips crawl forward. And pay attention here to any sensations you notice through your hips. We've already given them a little bit of attention. Maybe you start to wiggle your hips side to side, like you're thumping a giant dinosaur tail behind you. Taking a big breath into the upper back. And a big breath out. Good. Start to make these hip wags, these little hip circles a little bigger as you start to press weight into your hands. We're making our way towards tabletop, but you can take your time. Just waking up through the hips, noticing how the legs feel today. And when you find yourself in a tabletop position, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, start to find some cat and cow. As you breathe in, dropping the belly, lifting the chin. And as you exhale, sending your heart up towards the sky, tucking your chin towards your chest. Find 4 more rounds of this on your own, adding in any movement in the hips as it feels good. Good, nice job. We'll meet together in this static tabletop. Find child's pose legs here. So bring your toes to touch, send your knees out a little wider, and start to walk your hands forward. We'll find a hip drop. So your knees might open, your feet might open to be wide on your mat. If this is not feeling good on your lower back, you can come all the way down to Sphinx Pose, elbows underneath the shoulder, drawing the heart forward. But if this hip drop feels okay in your lower back, you might try sending your heels towards your glutes and then windshield wipering your feet side to side. This is called King Cobra. This might feel really good on the front of your hips. If you're feeling any discomfort, you can return to child's pose or to Sphinx. We're here for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Child's pose is where we all meet just for 2 breaths. Good, press back into tabletop, tuck your toes underneath you, send your hips up to the sky, finding downward facing dog. Pedal out through your legs, bending generously into one knee and then the other. Push your hands into the mat. See if you can send your tailbone up to where the ceiling and the wall meet behind you. Find 3 breaths here. Good, breathe in, gaze forward. Exhale, walk your feet forward into ragdoll pose. Feet are as wide as feels good. Knees are as bent as you'd like. Let your head hang heavy towards the ground. If you want a chest expansion here, you can interlace your hands behind you and send your fists up towards the sky. If something else is calling to you as you gently warm up through the spine, come find that now. We're here for 2 breaths. I'd release your hands if you found a bind. Bend your knees generously, bring your hands to your hip creases and lift yourself up to stand. Great. All right, find a wide stance on your mat. You might even face the long edge. Our Sun Salutation A series is gonna look a little bit different today. We're gonna be getting into the hips. If you've been taking class together with me recently, you might recognize this. We're gonna find an exalted twist, which kind of gives you the best of a side bend, a back bend, and a hip stretch. I forgot something. So we'll go through it slow together once and then a little faster and we'll move on. So feet are wide, toes are slightly out. We're actually gonna start, this is star pose. So take a breath in. Exhale, hands to your heart. Bring your right hand to your hip or to your low back. As you breathe in, sweep your left arm across, up and back. Pause here. You might let your left hip turn too. This is what helps bring the stretch into the left hip. And from here, reach up and out of your hips, stretching your left side body long, reaching your fingertips back behind you. Breathe in. Exhale, return to center. Let's do that on the other side. Left hand can support you wherever feels good. Inhale, sweep the right arm across, up and back. Take a moment here to expand just to see what this feels like for you. You might even find a little bend towards your left. Breathe in. Exhale, return to center. Good. Now, as you breathe in, clasp your hands behind you and puff up your chest. And as you exhale, fold forward. All toes point forward. Let your chest fall to the ground. Good. You're welcome to drop this bind in the hand at any time if it's more than what you're looking for. If you want to keep it for this next part, that's great. Breathe in, lift halfway. Exhale, goddess pose. Toes out, heels in, bring your hands to your thighs. And we're going to find this like side to side kind of sway. So this is for opening up through the hips. We're also going to start to get the shoulders and chest involved. So hands on your thighs, fingertips point down. Breathe in, puff up your chest. Exhale, drop your left shoulder, gaze over your right. Take it easy here. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the right shoulder, gaze over the left. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder, twisting. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the right shoulder. Nice job. Breathe in, return to center, hands at heart center. Breathe out. And now we'll move through those shapes, matching breath to movement. Breathe in, star pose, press up. Exhale, hands to heart. Right hand to your hip. Inhale, exalted twist, left arm up and back. Exhale to center. Good. Other side. Inhale, sweep the right arm up and back. Exhale, center. Inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, goddess pose, hands to your thighs. We'll do this just once. Inhale. Exhale, drop your left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the right shoulder. Nice job. Breathe in, return to center, hands at your heart. Stay for your exhale. Let's flow once more together. Inhale, star. Exhale, hands to heart. Right hand on your side. Inhale, exalted twist. Exhale, center. Other side. Inhale, reach the right arm up and back. Exhale, center. Nice job. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, goddess. Hands on your thighs. Inhale here, lift your heart. Exhale, drop your left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the right shoulder. Nice. Inhale for a breath. Exhale to stay. Good. Breathe in, star pose. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, now face forward on your mat. We're done with the wide leg stuff for now. And we'll move on to our sun B here, starting to warm up some larger muscle groups, really get into some twisting. So feet are a comfortable distance apart on the mat. All right, the high maintenance cat is done being out here. Push your feet into the mat, charge up your legs. As you breathe in, reach your fingertips up high, mountain pose. Exhale, back bend, squeeze your glutes, bump your hips forward, lift up through your heart. Think about lengthening your spine more than cranking yourself backwards, like a string is connected to your sternum. One more breath in. One more breath out. Good. Inhale, mountain, return to center. Exhale, chair plane. Sit your hips down and back. Send your fingertips back too. Good. Keep breathing here. Settle in. Send your tailbone down. So notice if you have like Kardashian butt while you're in this chair pose, can you tuck your tailbone under so you feel your low abs engage? Good. One more breath here in chair plane. One more breath out. Good. Inhale, chair pose. Reach your arms forward. Exhale, forward fold, hands towards the ground. Lift your hips. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step your left toes back to a low lunge. Left toe step back. Good. Plant your left palm or hand or fist on the ground. Charge up your back leg. Inhale, easy twist. Peel your right arm up. Hold here and breathe. Think about sending your right shoulder up and back behind you. Use the stability of your back leg here to help support you in this twist. One more breath in. As you exhale, low lunge, both hands towards the ground. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Reach your arms forward and up. Keep breathing here. You might bring your hands to your hips, moving left hip more forward, right hip more back. All toes point in the same direction. Feet are on parallel tracks to each other. With your hands still on your hips, can you squeeze your left glute? Feel it turn on under your hands. Then reach your hands back up. Big active stretch for the left hip here. Inhale. Exhale, eagle arms, left arm under the right. Weave your palms to touch or grab for a big bear hug. We're still here for just another breath. Lift your elbows up in line with your shoulders. And this next movement, we're going to take a back bend and then a crunch. This is quite a bit of balance and stability for your core. So you can make this movement as small as you need to support the integrity in your legs. So as you breathe in, lift your elbows any amount. And as you exhale, tuck your elbows any amount, sending your heart up through your back. Good, 2 more. Inhale, little back bend, any amount. Exhale, crunch, moving slow and with control. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. Nice job. Inhale, warrior 2. Spin your back foot down. You can bend and straighten into the front knee. It's already been working a lot for you. And then we'll get back to it. So heel to heel alignment, maybe heel to arch. Find a confident bend in this front knee. Know that it's going to start shaking and burning, and that's part of it. See if you can embrace that feeling of the burn rather than try to run from it. Breathe through it. Inhale and exhale. Send your fingertips as long as you can. One more breath in. One more breath out. Nice job. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach the right arm forward and down, left arm high. Keep breathing. You might rest your right hand on your thigh so you can use it to help spin your chest up towards the sky. If you want a little more of a twist. And you can either reach the left fingertip straight up or send your bicep by your ear for a side stretch. One more full round of breath. All right, keep this bend in your right knee, even though you don't want to. Inhale, reverse warrior. Yes, you can. Embrace the shake. Square both shoulders towards the side of your mat. Make this a side bend, not a back bend. One more breath in. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down to low lunge. Step back, high plank. Pause here just for a moment. You can stay here holding high plank. To move on, take a breath in. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Flip your toes so your toenails press into the mat. Inhale, Cobra pose. Peel your heart up. Breathe and stay here. Little weight is in your hands. You can use that pressure to pull your palms back towards your hips to open up through your chest. Look about 8 inches in front of you so the back of your neck is long. Can you use more upper back strength to lift 1 inch higher? Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Nice job. Inhale, high plank or tabletop, press up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. We'll go through this nice and slow on the other side, and then we'll move on. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, forward fold, walk to meet your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your fingertips up. Exhale, back bend and stay for an extra breath. Think about lifting through your chest. If big cactus arms doesn't feel great in your back, you can bring your hands to support your low back. Just think about lifting up through your heart. One more breath in. One more breath out. Good. Inhale, mountain, return to neutral spine. Exhale, chair, plane. Sink your hips down and then back. Send your fingertips behind you. Good. Keep breathing. Think about sitting further back behind you, like you're reaching for a tiny kindergarten chair. Use more hamstring strength than quad strength here. And imagine you're pinching a quarter between your shoulder blades. Can you lift up through your heart 1 inch? Good. Inhale, chair pose, sink lower. Reach your arms forward. Exhale, forward fold, release. Nice. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step the right foot back to low lunge. Right foot steps back. Good. Plant your right hand or your fist. Inhale, easy twist. Peel the left fingertips up. Pausing for a few breaths here, charging up through both legs. Sending your left shoulder up and back behind you, reaching long through both of your arms. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge, return to center. Inhale, high crescent, keep the legs, reach your arms forward and up. Keep breathing while we stay here. Bring your hands to your hips. You might manually move right hip more forward, left hip more back. So both hip points are pointing straight in front of you. Squeeze your back glute. You might bring a little bend to the back knee to help keep your hips pointing forward. And then reach your fingertips back up. Good, breathe in here. Exhale, eagle arms, right arm under the left, right arm under the left. Find your shape here. You have options. We're gonna move through 3 of those back bends and crunches. Remember, balance takes your whole body. So move slowly and with intention. As you breathe in, lift your elbows any amount. Exhale, crunch. Good, breathe in, lift your elbows. Keep your right glute strong. Exhale, crunch, you got 1 more, so strong. Inhale, lift your elbows any amount. Exhale, crunch, so good. Inhale, warrior 2, windmill open. You might find a little release through that left knee. Moving into phase 2 of the work on this side. You're stronger than you're giving yourself credit for. Try it, see what happens. Remembering to breathe through the discomfort rather than distracting ourselves from it. Something I'm working on in real life. All right, fingertips are going long. Strong lunge in the front knee. Breathe in here. Breathe out. 1 more like that. Inhaling to expand. Exhaling to settle in. Good, 1 more breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Find your version of the shape. We're here breathing, working into the expression of the shape that feels right on this side. Might be something different. Engage your back leg more. Pinch your pinky edge of your foot down to the mat. Use your right hip and glute for support here. 1 more breath in. 1 more breath out. Nice. Keep the lunge in the front knee. You got it. Inhale, reverse. Shaking warrior. You're here for just a full breath in. As you exhale, cartwheel down and step back to high plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Good. Inhale, Cobra pose. Peel your heart up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, we're gonna flow through each side 1 time, matching breath to movement. And remember, even if we're going a little faster through the back bend and the crunch, you can go at your own pace so that you feel stable and safe. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Push your feet down. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, chair, plane, sink low, arms back. Inhale, chair, reach high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step the left toes back, low lunge, left toes back. Inhale, easy twist, reach the right arm high. Exhale, low lunge. Fire up your legs. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, left elbow under the right, eagle arms or bear hug. Inhale, little back bend, squeeze your back glute. Exhale, crunch. Great control. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, elbows to belly button. Last one, inhale. And exhale, nice control. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior, keep the lunge. Exhale, high plank to your belly. Get there your way. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Go on the other side. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward, fold, walk to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, mountain pose, reach high. Exhale, back bend, squeeze your glutes. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, chair, plane, get low. Inhale, chair pose, sink lower. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step the right toes back to low lunge, right toes back. Inhale, easy twist, lift your left arm. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high crescent, reach up and back. Exhale, right elbow under the left, eagle arms or bear hug. Inhale for your back bend, keeping the back glute strong. Exhale, crunch, just 2 more, you got this. Inhale, lift your elbows, powerful and in control. Exhale, crunch, last one, make it your best. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, crunch, nice job. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle, you got it. Keep the lunge, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel down, high plank to your belly. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, you can lower to your knees. Give yourself a little break, grab some water, can pat your brow. That was a sweaty one. How are you doing? Carl gave me a thumbs up, but like a little bit of a frown. So water it is. All right. Carl, I'm gonna give you a choice. Do you want to do a small core section or some belly down back bends? Huh? He says I have to choose. Okay, we're gonna do belly down back bends because enough core, you know? All right, so this is more heart opening. When you are ready, make your way all the way down onto your tummy. And we'll do a couple of supported belly down back bends. So we'll start with Cobra, which is what we've been exploring together so far. But first we'll take, I call this striking Cobra. I do not know if that is what it's really called, but send your feet a little wider on the mat so you have a strong foundation. Palms are underneath your shoulders, thereabouts. As you breathe in this time, push your pelvis down, push more of your arms into the ground. You're kind of like lifting your whole torso up, and you might even send your chin back. And then as you exhale, like you're catching a wave all the way down. Let's do 3 more of those. Inhale, striking Cobra, push your glutes down, opening. Exhale, lower, nice and slow. Breathe in, striking Cobra. Exhale, lower down. We've got 1 more, make it your favorite. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Rest one cheek on the mat. Let your arms go totally limp at your sides. See how quickly you can make this totally passive in your body. Feeling your muscles release. Coming back into your breath. Your heartbeat. Good. Return your chin to center. You're welcome to repeat that same set of striking Cobra. If you'd like to move on, I offer you bound Locust. So bring your hands to interlace behind you. Grab for the weird feeling of the interlace. So your fingers like one off the way you usually do them. And then zip up your legs behind you. And in bound Locust, your chest lifts up off the ground and your legs. So exhale all your air. And as you breathe in, peel your heart up, send your fists back, and then start to lift your legs. Keep breathing here. Know this is kind of a push and a pull. You're never going to be perfectly static. Stay in conversation with your body. Use your inner thighs to zip your legs up behind you and lift your legs from the front of your thighs. Good. Stretch the back of your neck a little longer. Lifting your heart up. Breathe in. Exhale, lower with control. Rest your opposite ear on the mat. Resting your whole body. Observing the effect of that shape. Good. Return your chin to center. You can repeat either of the first two. Or if you'd like to move on to floor bow, kick your heels towards your glutes. Reach back and grab the tops of your feet or maybe your ankles. Before you lift up, wiggle your knees closer together. Keep your inner leg line engaged to draw your knees towards each other. Exhale all your air. And on a confident inhale, start to kick your feet into your hands. Let the pressure of the kick be what drives your heart up. And then here you might be kind of rocking forward and backward, aiming to get your feet kicking powerfully into your hands and an opening across your collarbones. Keep squeezing your knees towards each other, lifting your thighs from the front of your legs. Use your glutes to lift your hamstrings 1 inch. Breathe in. Exhale, lower all the way down. Send your arms out to a T. Next is shoulder pigeon. Let's roll onto the right shoulder first. So right arm goes out long. And then start to just gently roll onto the right shoulder. You might kind of roll onto your side. This will be very different in each of our bodies. So it might be slightly uncomfortable, but if you feel pain, back off. Take it easy. 3 breaths. Good. Gently roll to center. We'll find this on the other side. Left arm out at your side. Gently rolling onto the left shoulder as much as feels good. Good. Gently return to center. Make your way back to child's pose. Good. Sink your hips towards your heels. See if you can notice any differences in the way your body feels in the shape than when we first started. Give your hips a couple sways from side to side, just noticing what that feels like. Good. Gently, on your own time, make your way to downward facing dog. We've got just a couple more standing active stretches and twists, and then we'll wind it down together on the floor. So downward facing dog, breathe in, breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet. So you're moving to a forward fold, just walking backwards. And for gorilla pose, you're gonna put your hands underneath your feet. You can bend your knees a lot. Slide your palms underneath your feet. The back of your hand is on the ground. You're stepping on your palm. And you might even wiggle your toes up towards your wrists, giving yourself a weird little massage. This is some compression for the wrists. Also helps you pull yourself into a little deeper of a fold. 4 breaths here. One more breath in. And as you exhale, release your hands from underneath your feet. As you breathe in, slowly roll up to stand, one vertebrae at a time, going slowly, mindfully. Nice. When you reach the top, find a wide stance on your mat. We'll do those same goddess twists we started class with. There might be a little more space in both your shoulders and your hips to go a little deeper. So sink your hips low, toes are out, heels are in. Send your palms to your thighs, breathe in, lift your heart. Exhale, drop your left shoulder, gaze over the right. Maybe use your hands to pull your knees further away from each other. Another breath here. Another breath out. Good, inhale, center. Exhale, twist the other way. 2 full breaths here, exploring on this side. Good, breathe in, return to center. We'll flow through just once. Exhale, drop your left shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, drop the right. Good, inhale, come to center, hands at your heart. We're here just for 4. For 3, I'm shaking, are you? For 2, you're so strong. For 1, inhale, star pose, press up. And exhale, take a big stretch as your hands come back to your side. All right, meet me down onto the ground. We've got some nice stretches to take us home. We're almost done. Time really flies. All right, so keep 1 or both of your blocks nearby. We'll use them again shortly. For now, find seated figure 4. So bring your right ankle up over your left knee. To make this less intense, move your left foot further away from your body. If you like to do this on your back, you're welcome to. I'm gonna offer a little bit of a windshield wiper here just to get into some different parts of the hip. So this is up to you. Flex your right toes back towards your shin. And if you want a little movement, start to send your knees off towards one side and then the other. Just noticing what this feels like. Starting to deepen your breath now, making your exhales longer and fuller. Inhaling completely, emptying fully. Good, 1 more full round of breath on this side. And when you're ready, we'll swap out our legs. Find this in the left hip now. Left ankle crosses over the right knee, toes flex back, adjust your legs to find the intensity that feels right on this side. Decide if you'd like to stay. If you want to explore some different sensations, start to drop towards the right, back through center, over towards the left. You might notice that this hip feels very different than the other hip. You can take that in just as information about your body. No need to assign a label or any judgments to it. It just is. One more full round of breath. Good. Set both feet down onto the ground. Send your legs long. You can give them a little wiggle. And then draw your, so you're sitting up now. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Right sole of your foot is on the ground. Hug your, nope. Sorry. Send your left arm up. Right hand is behind you for support. And as you exhale, left elbow comes outside the right knee, finding a twist, using your arm against your leg to push as deep as feels good. As you breathe in, think about growing taller in your seat. And as you exhale, can you find a little more space? Good. Gently return to center. Swap out your legs. Right leg is long. Left knee is in. Left hand is behind you for support, holding you nice and tall. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, find your twist. Right elbow outside the left knee. You have 3 slow, full breaths here. Good. Gently return to center. Send both legs out long. We'll take 2 forward folds here. First one with legs long. Second one, option to do a saddle fold. For legs long, wiggle any flesh out from underneath you. Flex your toes back towards your shin. Breathe in, reach up. And as you exhale, hinge at your hips, leading with your heart. Find your stopping points, decide what feels good. You can make this more about the hamstrings, more about the low back. Maybe you even hug your knees, giving your low back a nice little release. Good. Gently come back up to a tall seat. And you can either go right back into that same fold, maybe taking it a little deeper, or if you'd like stretch for the inner thighs, you can send your legs wide as feels comfortable. Wiggle any flesh out from underneath you. So you can send your hips back. Keep your toes flexed back towards your legs. And then you can just crawl forward. Maybe today you're just right here. Your legs are moving in internal rotation, so thighs are coming in. And so just see what this is like. Maybe you, with your hands on the ground, kind of rock side to side. Find 3 slow breaths in whatever your fold is feeling like. Good. Gently come back up to a tall seat. And with your blocks nearby, make your way all the way down onto your back. We've got about 5 minutes of class left. And so from where we are now until the end, any of these are stopping points for you to find your final resting shape. We'll start together in supported bridge. So bring your block back underneath your sacrum. You might send your feet a little wider. Oh wait, nope, sorry. Hug your right knee in, send your left foot long. We're finding that same hip stretch we started with, just noticing how it feels after 60 minutes of breath and movement, reaching the left toes long. And trade out your legs, hugging the left knee in, sending the right toes long. Good, return to center, send both of your feet flat onto the ground. Now supported bridge. You can stay in this shape for the rest of our time here, just resting. You might send your feet out, knock your knees in. Take a moment here just to rest with your whole back flat on the ground, feeling supported, even held by the earth. You can stay just like this. For something a little different, you might send your feet up towards the sky, finding supported legs up the wall. Maybe you have to adjust your block a tiny bit. There's a place here where with no effort, your legs will hover. Find your breath again here as our practice draws to a close, following it in through your nostrils and following it out through your mouth. Softening through the whole body, starting at the very top of your head. Maybe you stay here for something a little different that opens up the hips again. Bring your feet back to the ground. This will be reclined bound angle pose, but with your feet on a block. So this is a slightly more intense version than we might find otherwise. So bring your feet, bottoms of your feet to touch, knees open wide. If it doesn't feel good, you can skip it. Maybe you keep your hands on your abdomen to help feel the breath moving through your body. Maybe you send them out wide, manifesting openness and space across your chest. And you can stay just like this, but if you really loved supported fish at the beginning, with your back propped up on the blocks, you can make your way there now, and you can do any variation of those legs. So find what will work for you. Enjoy these last couple moments to stay connected to your breath, breathing with the whole body. Soften the space between your eyebrows and the sockets of your eyes. Relax your nostrils and your jaw. The whole skin of your face relax. Relax your heart. Feeling that tender openness across your collarbones and your chest. And can you soften your hands, feeling any aliveness through the fingertips and the palms? I'll give you a couple moments of silence just to feel this space in your body. If you have the time, I invite you to stay just like this as long as you want. But if you're ready to be guided out, start to bring some movement to your fingers and toes. And if you're laying on blocks, remove them from beneath you. Let your spine rest long on the ground before you start to move. Then slowly start to let your body wake back up until you find yourself in a big full body stretch. Noticing all the space you've built, all the openness. When you're ready, roll onto one side and slowly press yourself up to a seated position, preserving any feelings of calm or peace in your body. And we'll end our practice with 3 big breaths together. Find a tall spine. I invite you to move your arms up high too if you want to. I think the stretch always feels really nice. So take a big breath in, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more. Breathe in, fill all the way up. Breathe out, let it go. 1 more, just like that. Breathe in, biggest breath of the whole day. And your biggest breath out. Lift your thumbs to your third eye center, that space between your eyebrows, merging heart and mind. And I bow in gratitude to each of you for sharing this space. Namaste. Beautiful. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you're feeling open, feeling strong, feeling a little more spaciousness through your body. If you have questions or requests or anything, I would love to hear from you. So talk to me anytime. I'll see you on Friday for yoga lunch break, and we'll be back here next Wednesday for another 60-minute class. So thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.